Have you ever felt that someone is physically close to you, seemingly with you, and yet you are never quite sure whether they truly value you? Maybe you have noticed how someone quietly disappears, or how warmth and closeness suddenly turn into coldness, distance, and pauses that feel endless. One day, there is laughter and attention. The next day, silence and detachment. And you are left with this strange feeling that something important is slipping through your fingers. Often, we look for answers in words. He said he loves me. She told me she values me. I hear kind words every day. But words are just words. Jung said that a person's true value reveals itself differently. Not in what they say, but in what they are able to endure beside you. True value does not need proof. It shows itself in actions, in reactions to your real life, in how a person accepts your emotions, your complexity, your imperfection. Today, we will explore 5 signs that can help you understand whether someone truly values you or whether you are simply convenient, familiar, or needed only for a certain period of time. We will look at this through the lens of Jungian psychology, but without complicated terms or lectures. This is not theory. It is observation and practice that can help you see the reality of the relationships you are building. One important point: this is not a test and not a verdict. There is no right or wrong choice here. There is only truth, the kind of truth we are often afraid to see. Sometimes it is uncomfortable. Sometimes it is painful to accept. But it is exactly this truth that helps you grow, rather than remain trapped in illusions. Jung said that the unconscious shows us what we do not want to notice, and relationships are the best indicator of this. When someone cannot endure your life as it truly is, this is not your fault. It is simply a reflection of their inner processes. That is exactly what we will explore today. The signs of real value that inevitably reveal themselves in a person's behavior. This is not advice on how to make someone love you, and not instructions on how to manipulate relationships. It is observation and opportunity to see who is truly beside you and who is merely a projection, a convenient role, a habit, a fear, or a hidden weakness. So stay with us, because what you are about to see may help you look at relationships with clear eyes, not through the eyes of hope or fear, but through the eyes of understanding. And if you are ready to see this honestly, let us go deeper and explore the 5 signs that your partner truly values you. We often confuse love with convenience, with that light feeling of familiarity when someone is nearby, does not truly touch us deeply, but also does not disappear. We call this love, although in reality it may be nothing more than comfort, habit, or fear of loneliness. Very often, we believe that love is measured by words, gentle phrases, and romantic gestures. But what if a person's true value is revealed somewhere else? What if behind beautiful words, there is something entirely different? Think about common situations. Someone is close to you, yet you constantly doubt. Do they love you or not? They say they value you, but behave as if your feelings and needs do not really matter. You try to be right, convenient, easy, just to avoid losing their attention. You tolerate silence, hurtful jokes, indifference, because you are afraid of being alone or afraid of destroying what you have. And time passes, and you begin to wonder, do they really value me? This is exactly where the confusion begins. We mistake habit, convenience, and fear of loneliness for love. We see someone who is physically present in our life and believe it is love simply because their presence gives us a sense of safety. But this is not the same as true value. True value is revealed in actions and in reactions to your real emotions, to your complexity, to who you truly are, not to the image someone has created in their own mind. Let us take a simple example. Your partner says that you matter to them, yet ignores your requests, your boundaries, and your feelings. They stay close, but only because it is comfortable for them. They are afraid to leave their familiar comfort zone, and you become part of that zone. You feel warmth, but this warmth is often cold because it is limited and controlled. Another example. You try to be perfect so that he will value you. You suppress your difficult emotions, hide your fears, and wear a smile so as not to cause irritation or misunderstanding. You believe you are doing this for love, but in reality, you are doing it to preserve his presence in your life. And this is called convenience, not real love. Jung said that true value is revealed in a person's ability to endure another human being as they truly are, with all their complexities and imperfections. And this is where the problem arises. We often encounter someone who endures us, not out of value, but out of convenience, for their own sense of safety, for their familiar way of life, in order to avoid facing their inner fears and weaknesses. And we mistake this for love. The difference is subtle, yet it is felt in the body and sensed by the heart. Where you are valued, you grow. Where you are merely tolerated, you shrink. Where there is true value, your emotions are seen and accepted. Where there is only convenience, your emotions are ignored, rejected, or become a source of discomfort for the other person. This confusion is dangerous, because it creates the illusion of a relationship. We remain where we are, not valued, because we are afraid of losing the illusion of love. We tolerate devaluation, unspoken tension, and emotional coldness because we are attached to habit and the fear of being alone. And the longer we stay, the harder it becomes to see reality. But there is also good news. Jung taught that relationships are a mirror of the unconscious. The way a person responds to you, what they do or fail to do, reflects their inner processes, not only your mistakes or shortcomings. If someone close to you is unable to endure your real life, this is not your fault. It is a signal, one that must be seen honestly and without illusion, to distinguish true value from convenience, habit, and the projection of fear. Today, we will examine 5 signs by which you can recognize a partner's true value. Signs that inevitably appear in a person's behavior, even when they speak beautiful words. This will allow you to look at relationships with clear eyes, not through hope, fear, or habit, but through understanding. Understanding who is truly beside you and what truly matters to you. To understand how to distinguish true value from convenience, it is important to look at relationships through Jung's perspective, but without complex words or psychological terminology. Jung believed that a person's true attitude toward another is revealed not in words and promises, but in how they are able to endure the real you, with all your emotions, fears, and imperfections. In relationships, what often emerges is what a person is not fully aware of within themselves. Someone may love you, yet their love is limited by their inner processes, fears, habits, vulnerabilities. These inner dynamics reveal themselves through actions or through their absence. If a person is unable to endure your life as it truly is, if it is easier for them to ignore or withdraw than to accept you in your complexity, this says nothing about your value. It speaks about their inner barriers. You can conduct a simple thought experiment. Imagine coming to someone with all your emotions, joy, fatigue, irritation, fears. A person who truly values you does not run away, does not minimize your feelings, does not pretend that nothing is happening. They may get tired, feel uncertain, be imperfect themselves, but they stay. Where there is value, a person accepts your life as it is, not only its convenient, harmless version. An important point Jung emphasized is that relationships reveal who we are. The way a person reacts to you often reflects their inner complexes and fears. Sometimes, people distance themselves not because you did something wrong, but because your presence activates their own weaknesses unresolved emotions, or a habit of hiding the truth about themselves. In such moments, it may seem that the problem is you, when in reality, it is their inner struggle, their inability to be honest with themselves and with you at the same time. Value reveals itself in small things that are easy to miss if we focus only on words. It shows itself in the ability to stay when things are difficult, in not trying to change you or make you smaller, in respecting your boundaries, even when it is uncomfortable. It is through these subtle manifestations that we see the true depth of a relationship. That is why, when we speak about signs of true value, it is important to remember, these are not instructions on how to make someone love you, but observations of reality. The Jungian framework helps us see who is truly beside us, who is capable of honesty and presence in our real life, and who remains only out of habit, convenience, or fear of loneliness. The signs we will explore next will help you distinguish these dynamics. They reveal not only your partner's value, but also your ability to see the truth of what is happening around you. This observation is a step toward freedom from illusion and a step toward honest, mature relationships, where value is shown through action, not words. Sign number 1. A person can withstand your complexity. The first, and perhaps the most important sign that a partner truly values you, is their ability to endure your real life. Not the part of you that is convenient, calm, or agreeable, but the part that is complex, emotional, unpredictable. The part that appears in moments of exhaustion, irritation, fear, and doubt. Think about it. In real life, we are not perfect. There are moments when we are irritated, when we cry for no obvious reason, when we want to withdraw from the world. In such moments, we are especially vulnerable. A person who values you does not run away, does not pretend nothing is happening, does not devalue your emotions. They may get tired, feel uncertain, face their own struggles, but they remain by your side. Jung spoke about the fact that we all carry within us what we prefer to hide: fears, complexes, vulnerabilities. In relationships, these hidden parts inevitably surface, even when we try not to show them. A person who truly values you is not frightened by your complexity. They can see your fears and doubts and still remain present. They do not require you to pretend, to be convenient, or to fit into their expectations. Let us consider an example. You come home from work, tired, irritated, and overwhelmed by accumulated stress. Some partners begin to withdraw, act as if your mood is uncomfortable for them, or try to shift attention to something light and superficial. They do not know how to stay present with your complex emotional state, and so they create distance. A partner who truly values you, however, simply withstands your fatigue. They listen, offer support, or remain quietly present. They do not run away from your emotions. They accept them as part of who you are. Another example. You want to talk about your fears or anxieties, things that may seem illogical or uncomfortable even to you. A partner who values you does not laugh, dismiss, or say that it is nothing. They listen, and even if they do not know how to help, they remain by your side. Because what matters to them is not just your convenience, but your life as it truly is. Here lies the key point. Value reveals itself not when everything is calm, but when things become difficult. When your emotions, experiences, and inner processes are inconvenient, yet the person still stays. If someone constantly tries to minimize your feelings, ignores them, or pretends nothing is happening, this is a signal that there is no real value or depth, only convenience. It is also important to notice that the ability to endure another person does not mean endless tolerance or love without boundaries. A person may be tired and have their own struggles, yet still value you enough to remain honest, stay in contact, and show respect for your complexity. True value is revealed through action, not words. It shows itself in the fact that the person beside you can be themselves without pretending, while also accepting your complexity, unpredictability, and real life. This is the first and most important sign that you are truly valued. And when you notice this sign, it is important to understand this is not your achievement and not your responsibility. It is simply a fact there is someone beside you who is capable of withstanding your life as it is. This is the foundation upon which all the other signs of true value are built, which we will explore next. Sign number 2, he does not disappear at the moment of closeness. The second sign that a partner truly values you is revealed in how they behave when the relationship becomes deeper, more emotionally intense, and intimate. Very often, we notice that someone seems present, yet suddenly begins to withdraw, fall silent, or create distance precisely at the moment when the connection becomes real, intimate, and emotionally strong. Jung said that closeness often activates what people are used to hiding within themselves: fears, doubts, inner vulnerabilities. When a person encounters this in a relationship, they may become afraid, and their reaction to this fear can manifest in different ways. Some begin to pull away. Some distance themselves in silence. Some try to shift the conversation to a lighter topic. And this does not happen because you did something wrong. It is a manifestation of the fact that the person finds it difficult to endure their own inner processes. Imagine this situation. You share your genuine thoughts, feelings, or vulnerabilities with your partner. A person who truly values you listens. They may not have a ready solution, but they remain present. They do not escape into their phone, do not suddenly start talking about something unrelated, and do not lose contact with you. Their presence speaks louder than any words. And if a partner withdraws, disappears, or becomes cold, this is not always your fault. It is a sign that closeness itself becomes a challenge for them. This is often where doubt arises. Does he love me? Does he value me? Words and promises may be beautiful, but they do not reveal real depth. Jung said that all our inner reactions are a mirror of the unconscious, and the reaction to closeness is one of the most accurate indicators. When a person is able to stay present with your complexity and emotions, they show their value not through words, but through action. In real life, this shows up in small things. For example, you have had a difficult day, and instead of ignoring your feelings or leaving you alone to deal with it, your partner stays with you, offers support, or simply remains quietly present, respecting what you are going through. Or you want to discuss something important and sensitive, and the person listens without distraction, without judgment, without criticism. This is a manifestation of true value. It is important to note that the ability to endure closeness does not mean the absence of problems or conflict. Sometimes a person becomes tired, doubtful, or afraid, and this is natural. But the key difference with true value is that they do not disappear or run away. They remain honest and present. On the other hand, if someone consistently withdraws, becomes cold, or disappears when the relationship deepens, this is a signal that their inner processes are currently stronger than their ability to be honest and present. And it is important to see this without judgment. This is not your fault and not your mistake. It is an indicator of where real value exists and where it does not. When you notice this sign, it is important to understand one thing. Closeness tests value. Where a person is able to remain present, even when it is difficult, you see who is truly beside you. And this is precisely the signal that helps distinguish true value from convenience, habit, or fear of loneliness. The next step is to explore the third sign of true value, which reveals itself in how your partner relates to your strength, your successes, and your independence. This is no less important an indicator, one that uncovers the depth of a real relationship and helps you understand who is truly sincere and who remains out of habit or convenience. Sign number 3. He does not compete with you. The third sign of a partner's true value is revealed in how a person relates to your strength, your achievements, and your independence. Jung said that in mature relationships, there is no struggle for dominance. And this shows itself not only in major life decisions, but also in everyday moments in conversation, in shared plans, and in reactions to your successes. A person who truly values you does not diminish your successes. They do not place themselves above you in order to feel more important. They do not envy your growth, and they do not mock your dreams or ambitions. On the contrary, they are genuinely happy when you grow, when you become stronger, when you realize your potential. Because true value is not threatened by your strength. It sees it not as a danger, but as the fullness of who you are. Imagine a simple example. You receive a promotion at work, take a step forward in a project, or begin to bring your plans to life. A partner who values you, celebrates with you, shows interest in your achievements, and supports your initiatives. They do not try to downplay your success or shift the attention back to themselves. Now consider the opposite situation. A person who is not ready to truly value you may react differently. They may feel jealous, become irritated, make passive-aggressive remarks, or try to level you with themselves. Often, these reactions are unconscious, and the partner may not even realize that they are acting out of fear. Fear of losing control, fear of their own inadequacy, or a habitual need to place themselves first. In such cases, each of your victories becomes a challenge rather than a joy for them. Jung said that the unconscious reveals itself through behavior, and the way a partner responds to your strength is a mirror of their inner world. Where a person truly values you, there is no competition. Where they feel threatened, they may respond with withdrawal, irritation, or criticism. And it is important to see this honestly, without excuses and without searching for fault within yourself. Another example, you take initiative, propose new ideas, or take responsibility for something important. A partner who values you, supports you, and shares their thoughts without trying to suppress you or draw all attention exclusively to themselves. They understand that relationships are built on mutual respect, not on rivalry. This ability to be beside you without competition also shows itself in everyday moments. They do not keep score of who did something faster, better, or who is more important. They do not measure your worth through their own achievements. And this is a key point. When someone does not compete with you, they allow you to be yourself, to grow, and to develop without pressure or fear. It is important to remember that competition in relationships is not always conscious. Often it appears in small reactions. Irritation at your success. Comments like, "It's not that big a deal." Attempts to minimize your achievements in conversation. All of this is a signal that true value is not yet present. When you notice that the person beside you does not compete with you, that they celebrate your success and respect your independence, this is the third important sign of true value. This sign helps you understand that the relationship is not built on fear, habit, or convenience, but on genuine respect and recognition of you as a separate individual. The next step is to explore the fourth sign, which reveals itself in respect for your boundaries and personal space, even when this is uncomfortable for the partner. This sign shows how capable a person is of being honest and mature in a relationship, without destroying your independence or attempting to control you. Sign number 4, he respects your boundaries. The fourth sign of a partner's true value is revealed in how a person relates to your boundaries and personal space. Jung believed that each of us carries a unique self within, and that preserving this individuality is the foundation of mature relationships. A person who truly values you understands that your boundaries are not meant to be crossed. They are part of your wholeness. It is important to note right away, respecting boundaries does not mean total comfort or the absence of tension. A partner may feel dissatisfied, irritated, or uncertain at times. But the difference lies in the fact that they do not break you for having boundaries, do not use them against you, and do not manipulate you through guilt. They may suggest compromise, explain their feelings, and discuss nuances, but they never cross what you have clearly defined as your no. Imagine this situation. You are tired and want to spend the evening alone, while your partner had planned time together. A person who values you will hear your no and accept your decision, even if it is inconvenient for them. They will not sulk, use silent punishment, or pressure you with guilt. They understand that respect for your space is more important than temporary comfort or the desire to control the situation. Jung taught that personal boundaries are directly connected to our ability to be ourselves and maintain inner integrity. When someone beside you violates these boundaries, even unconsciously, you gradually begin to shrink. You stop saying what you truly think, hide your emotions, and ignore your own needs. And this is a clear signal of the absence of true value. Now, consider the opposite situation. You share your fears, doubts, or habits with your partner, things that may be uncomfortable for them. True value is revealed in the fact that the person listens, accepts, and does not try to change you for their own comfort. They understand that your boundaries are part of who you are, and that respecting them means truly valuing you. Another example. You want to spend time with friends or engage in your own interests without involving your partner. A person who values you responds calmly. They know that your independence does not diminish your feelings, and that respect for your interests strengthens the relationship rather than undermines it. Where there is no true value, every step toward independence is perceived as a threat or an opportunity for manipulation. Respecting boundaries also means not using silence or resentment as tools of pressure. If a partner values you, they do not punish you for your needs or personal choices. They may feel discomfort, they may disagree, and that is normal, but they remain honest and respectful. Thus, the fourth sign is a partner's ability to be with you without violating your wholeness, without trying to change you, and without applying pressure. They respect your boundaries even when it is uncomfortable for them, because they value you as a person, not as an object for their own comfort. The next, fifth sign goes even deeper. It is revealed in the fact that beside this person, you grow and expand rather than shrink and become smaller than you truly are. This sign shows that the relationship is built on true value and maturity, not on habit, convenience, or the fear of loss. Sign number 5. Beside him, you become more, not less. The fifth, and perhaps the most important sign of a partner's true value, is revealed in how you feel beside this person. This is not about words or external actions. It is about an inner sense. Beside them, you grow, you expand, you become fully yourself. Where there is no value, you shrink. You hide parts of yourself, fear expressing real emotions, or suppress your true desires. Jung said that a person's unconscious reveals itself in relationships, and these manifestations show us who we truly are. When you are beside someone who values you, you feel space for your own life, for growth, for mistakes, for success. You do not adapt yourself, play roles, or pretend. You allow yourself to be a living, complex human being, and this person accepts you as you are. A real-life example. You decide to try a new hobby, develop a project, or take a step forward in your career. True value is revealed in the fact that your partner does not try to stop you, does not diminish you, and does not minimize your achievements. They celebrate your success, support your initiative, offer advice, or simply remain quietly present, accepting your life as it is. And conversely, if the person beside you reacts to your growth and strength with irritation, passive aggression, or attempts to level themselves with you, this is a signal that true value is not present. They may fear your strength, fear that you will become too much, that your independence will diminish their sense of control or importance. In such situations, you begin to shrink. You hide your ideas, suppress your emotions, and adjust yourself to their expectations. Another important aspect is emotional freedom. Beside a person who values you, you feel safe expressing any emotions: joy, anger, fatigue, anxiety. You know that your feelings will not be used as tools of manipulation, nor turned into reasons for criticism or pressure. You become more because your boundaries, emotions, and individuality are accepted and supported. It is important to understand, growing beside a person who values you does not mean that everything is always easy or comfortable. Conflicts, misunderstandings, and fatigue are natural. But the key point is that you do not diminish yourself for the sake of the relationship. You grow within it. Where there is value, relationships expand your life. Where there is no value, relationships constrict, limit, and demand sacrifice and submission. From a Jungian perspective, this can be seen as a mirror of the unconscious. Relationships reveal who we are and who is beside us. If you are with someone who allows you to become more than you are, who celebrates your success, respects your boundaries, listens, and can endure your complexity, this is true value. This sign integrates all the previous ones. It reflects the wholeness, maturity, and sincerity of the relationship. It helps you understand that beside you is not merely a partner who is convenient or familiar, but someone who truly values you, your life, your complexity, and your potential. The next step is the practical part. How to use these 5 signs to honestly observe your relationships, strengthen your boundaries and self-worth, and make choices that align with your real life, not with illusions or fear. The practical part. What needs to be done? Now that we have explored the 5 signs of a partner's true value, it is important to understand how to apply this knowledge to your own life. Not as a tool for manipulation or a test for your partner, but as a way of observing and understanding yourself, an instrument that helps strengthen your boundaries and sense of self-worth. The first step is observation. Pay attention to a person's real actions, not their words. Notice what they do and how they respond to your complexity, your success, and your emotions. Keep an observation journal. Write down moments when your partner stayed present, respected your boundaries, or supported your growth. This helps reveal behavioral patterns that words often conceal. The second step is to ask yourself 3 important questions. Where am I taking responsibility for someone else? Often we try to please, adapt, or diminish ourselves to preserve a relationship. Observe where you do this and why. Why do I need explanations? We often seek words, reassurance, and promises, even though true value is shown through actions. Understanding this helps separate emotional needs from reality. What in me triggers discomfort in others? Sometimes a partner's reactions reflect not your mistakes, but their own internal fears. Realizing this allows you to stop taking other people's limitations as your own. The third step is strengthening self-worth. A partner's true value becomes visible when you grow beside them rather than shrink. Self-observation helps you recognize where you already express your strength and where fear or habit has led you to minimize yourself. Note the moments when you stayed true to yourself, protected your boundaries, or expressed your emotions honestly. This reinforces your sense of inner value. The fourth step is respecting your own process. At times, we notice signs of a lack of value yet remain in the relationship due to habit, fear, or hope. It is important to remember that honesty with yourself and observation are key. There is no need to make sudden or drastic decisions. Give yourself time to see how partner value shows up in practice and to assess whether the relationship truly supports your growth and integrity. The fifth step is the practice of presence. When you recognize signs of true value in a partner, It is important to acknowledge and appreciate your own awareness. Recognize that you are capable of seeing reality without illusions, observing behavior honestly, and accepting your feelings without judgment. This strengthens your ability to build healthy, mature relationships and not abandon yourself for false hopes. Finally, the practice of self-observation helps you not only recognize a partner's value, but also develop personal maturity. You learn to distinguish fear, habit, and convenience from genuine care and respect. You begin to see where your efforts empower you and where they make you vulnerable. And this is the first step toward honest relationships, where value is expressed not in words, but in actions. Remember, observation is not control or testing. It is a way of being honest with yourself, seeing the truth, and strengthening inner confidence. Through these practices, you can build relationships where you are valued, not merely tolerated, where the person beside you grows with you, rather than limiting you. In conclusion, it is important to remember one simple yet profound truth. A person's true value is revealed not through words, but through actions, through their ability to stay present with you as you truly are. This is not something that can be forced or created through effort. It is a quality that reveals itself naturally, honestly, and without pretense. When you notice that a person can hold your complexity, does not disappear at moments of closeness, does not compete with your strength, respects your boundaries, and helps you become more than you already are, you are witnessing true value. It is felt in the body, in the heart, in your inner world. Where value exists, you grow. You feel supported. You are able to be yourself without fear or justification. Jung said that relationships are a mirror of the unconscious. The way a person shows up beside you reveals not only their inner world, but also your own. By observing and recognizing these signs, you learn to see reality without illusions and to distinguish habit and convenience from genuine care and respect. There is one more important point. When a person beside you does not demonstrate value, it is not your fault and not a reflection of your weakness. It is an expression of their inner world, their fears, patterns, and unfinished processes. Your path is to see this honestly, without self-blame, and to make choices that align with your life, your values, and your wholeness. True value is when the person next to you helps you become more, not less. When they respect your boundaries, accept your complexity, celebrate your growth, and remain present in moments of real intimacy. These are relationships that support your wholeness rather than limit it. When you recognize these signs, when you see true value, you begin to build relationships, honestly and consciously, with respect for yourself and for the other. You understand that love and value are expressed through actions, presence, and respect, not through words and promises. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who truly values you. And your task is to see this clearly, without illusions, to observe honestly, strengthen your boundaries, and nurture your self-worth. Only in this way do you create space for mature, real, and deep relationships. And in this lies the greatest freedom: to see the truth, accept it, and remain faithful to yourself. If this exploration of how to distinguish true partner value from habit or convenience resonated with you, please like this video. It helps me create more deep and honest content. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes of the Grain of Truth series. We will continue exploring real-life situations, learning to see relationships as they truly are, and strengthening our sense of self-worth. Be sure to leave your comments, share your experiences, thoughts, or questions. This is a space for honest dialogue and mutual support. Perhaps your story will help someone else see the truth about their relationship and take a step toward freedom and maturity. And of course, turn on notifications so that new episodes arrive immediately, and you can apply the advice and observations to your life in a timely way. Remember, You deserve to be with someone who truly values you. And this channel is a place where we learn to recognize true value, be honest with ourselves, and build relationships with respect for ourselves and for others.